New research reveals that planet warming emissions generated during first 2 months of war in Gaza are more than annual carbon footprint of more than 20 countries most sensitive to climate in world. The vast majority, estimated 7 metric tons of carbon dioxide produced in the first 60 days following October 281,000 Hamas attack, could be attributed to Israeli aerial ardment and land occupation Gaza. According to an analysis, which is the first of its kind by researchers in the UK and US. According to study, which was based on only a handful carbon-intensive activities and thus probably a significantly incomplete estimate, the climate cost first 60 days Israeli military intervention was equivalent to burning at least 150,000 tons coal. The analysis, which has not yet undergone peer review, includes CO2 aircraft emissions, tanks fuel from other vehicles, as well as emissions the construction and detonation of artillery weapons rockets. It does not contain other gases that heat the planet, such as methane. Almost half of the total CO2 emissions came from U.S. cargo planes carrying military supplies to Israel. Hamas rockets fired at Israel in same period produced about 713 tons CO2, which is equivalent to about 300 tons coal, which underscores the asymmetry war machines both sides. On December 14, 2023, fire and smoke broke out following Israeli ardment at welfare south of the Gaza Strip. Mahmud HamsAFP Data privately shared with Guardian provides first estimate, albeit prudent, of carbon cost of current conflict in Gaza that has caused unprecedented humanitarian suffering, infrastructure damage and environmental disaster. It came at a time when calls greater accountability for military greenhouse gas emissions, which play a huge role in the climate crisis but are largely kept secret and are not accounted in the UN's annual negotiations on climate action. Benjamin Neimark, senior lecturer at Queen Mary, said, "This study is just a snapshot, larger military boot trail of war. A partial picture, massive carbon emissions and broader toxic pollutants that will remain even long after war is over," he said. Co-author of research published at the University of London and the Social Science Research Network. On Tuesday, previous studies suggest that if emissions from the entire war supply chain are included, the actual carbon footprint could be 5 to 8 times higher. The environmental exceptionalism of the army allows them to pollute the environment without penalty, as if carbon emissions from their tanks and warplanes are not counted. This needs to stop. We need accountability to fight the climate crisis, he added. Neimark, a partner with researchers at Lancaster University in the Climate and Society Project, a USBASED climate policy think tank. Since Hamas killed as many as 1,200 Israelis, Israel's unprecedented ardment of Gaza has caused widespread death and destruction. According to Gaza health officials, about 23,000 Palestinians, most of Th.